This might sound crazy, but what if the reason you're not where you want to be isn't because of talent, effort, or even luck? What if the person standing between you and the life that you want most is you? Because here's the truth that I had to learn the hard way. Self-sabotage is real, and most of the time we don't even realize we're doing it. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys something that I just wish I learned a long time ago. Because if I would have learned this years ago, I would have realized all the things that were holding me back, just keeping me stuck, not allowing me to make real change in my life. And my hope for you is just to learn it as soon as possible, hopefully sooner than I did. So what is self-sabotage actually? It's easy to mistake it for perfectionism or procrastination or even just bad time management. But beneath all of that, it's fear, specifically fear of success. I know, it sounds backwards, right? You'd think we'd be afraid of failure, but often what really freaks us out is what happens if things actually work out. Let me break it down. If you succeed, then what? Suddenly people are watching, they're expecting, they're judging. You have to keep showing up and keep performing. Maybe you're worried that people will find out that you're not as together as you seem. There's a quote I love by Gay Hendricks. He calls this our upper limit problem. He says that we all have an internal thermostat for how much success, love, and happiness we are comfortable receiving. And when we exceed that internal limit, our subconscious panics and it tries to do something to bring us back down. We delay, we pick fights, we overcommit, we forget to follow up. Not because we're failures, but because our nervous system is screaming, "This is unfamiliar, abort mission." Here's the part that gave me so much peace once I understood it. Self-sabotage isn't a flaw, but it's a form of protection. Your brain is wired to keep you safe, not successful. So when you're about to do something new, even if you think it's good for you, your mind will still register it as a threat. A threat to your identity, a threat to your comfort zone, a threat to the version of yourself that you've known your entire life. So your brain just naturally triggers resistance, not because you're weak, but because you're evolving. And evolution's uncomfortable. It just does not know the difference between I'm about to do a brave new thing and I am getting chased down by a grizzly bear. It just says, whoa, unknown equals danger. Let's back off. And then we just start telling ourselves stories. I'm not ready. This isn't the right time. I need more information first. I'll do this once I have everything else figured out. And the more we start to repeat those stories, the more we start to believe them, and then we start treating them like facts, but they're not. They're just outdated scripts that keep playing in your mind to keep you safe, but at the cost of your growth. And once I realized that, I started to look at my own life differently. I want to take you back to a moment in time that truly changed everything for me. It wasn't dramatic, no big movie moment, just me, alone in my room, sitting on the floor, surrounded by a mess of to-do lists, self-help books I hadn't finished, and ideas I'd never acted on. And I just felt tired. Tired of second guessing myself. Tired of always almost starting, but never really going all in. Tired of living with this weird fear that, what if I actually succeeded? As much as I want to succeed on this platform, the idea of getting really big on here is actually terrifying to me. The more my channel grows, the more visibility there is, the more expectations there are to provide really good content, and the more risk there is to be misunderstood and to be judged and to fail publicly. And the way my channel is now, it's very much not that. So there's a comfortability factor in not being huge and not being ultra successful on here too. And so I'd find myself doing things that would self-sabotage that growth, like procrastinating on filming and not putting as much effort into each video as I know I could. And about a year into making videos, I journaled a question that I stared at what felt like forever. I asked myself, what's the worst thing that can come from all this? And it wasn't too much visibility or mean comments. The worst thing was waking up 5 years from now and realizing that I let fear make my decisions for my life. And that realization just cracked something open for me. So I just made a quiet, powerful promise to myself that I was gonna make this channel, that I wasn't going to let fear dictate more decisions in my life. This made me realize that when you stop waiting for confidence and you just start building it through action, that's when things change. And if you wanna delete your own self-sabotage, you need to start before you're ready. You will never feel 100% ready, and waiting for that perfect moment is another form of procrastination. Perfection's just often fear wearing a nice outfit. It tells you, I'm just being responsible. But in reality, it's your brain saying that it's scared of being seen, trying, and bombing. Like my mentor once told me, clarity comes from engagement, not thought. So start moving and figure it out as you go. Growth doesn't come from feeling good. It comes from choosing what's meaningful over choosing what's comfortable. Self-sabotage also thrives when we overwhelm ourselves with big visions and just unrealistic deadlines. And the best way to tackle this is just to take tiny, unsexy steps. If you want to write a book, just start by writing a paragraph. If you want to get healthy, Start by taking a 5-minute walk. Momentum is really powerful, and tiny steps repeated consistently turns into identity shifts. And eventually you'll look back and you'll just be stunned on how far you've come. I've now made over 100 long-form YouTube videos, guys. And it's crazy to think that if I never had that realization that I wouldn't be here right now. And I would continue to think that self-sabotage is self-hate instead of self-protection. And at the end of the day, you just need to take action with the fear. Because action creates clarity, and clarity builds confidence, not the other way around. So just know that you're not lazy, you're not broken, and you're not behind. You're someone with dreams, just like so many of us who just get stuck in our heads sometimes. In the moment that you take that first step, even if it's small, you've already won. Thank you all so much for watching this whole video, guys. If this video resonated with you, please don't forget to like, subscribe if you have not, maybe share it with someone that you feel like needs to hear this today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Stick around for this next video coming up, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.
When you pull the pin out, you're supposed to throw the grenade away. You don't stick it up your own freaking